Welcome to Scrapbooking Made Simple. Today we are going to play with lots of shapes. It's a very simple, easy layout, but it's up to you with what papers you want to use. I've just used the one decorative paper and used both sides of it, but it's up to you if you want to use, you could use coordinating papers from your scraps. You'll need some nesting dies, lots of different shapes, whatever nesting dies you have available is fine, and you'll need 2 pieces of plain cardstock, a coordinating colour, one for your base and one for your photo mats. So to get started using the decorative cardstock, we'll need to remove the zip strip. And in the instructions I've put cutting the cardstock at 6 by 6 inch blocks. You can do that, or you could just cut it at 6 inches and then die cut from there. I think in my head I had an idea of cutting the one shape from the nesting dies out of each block. But it didn't end up working out that way. So I just cut out as many shapes as I could and fit them wherever I could on the pieces of paper. So using 2 from one side, 2 from the B side, but again it's up to you with your personal preference and how you want to work with your cardstock. So with your nesting dies, you want to pull out your 2 largest dies. They will become your photo mats, and then you'll need 3 or 4 of the smallest dies in the set, and then pull out different shapes. I've got rectangles, squares, circles, hearts and ovals. For the photo mats, I ended up just using a square, rectangle and a circle. But if you have hexagons, you could even die cut a photo out of a hexagon nesting of dies. So whatever shape dies that you have, any banner dies, whatever is going to work for your collection. So once you have all of those out and ready to use, we are going to die cut all of those shapes, and once they are done, we'll come back and put the layout together. Once you have all of your shapes die cut, this is where you can have some fun laying them out onto your background in any way, shape, type, crazy, put together whatever you want to do. This is where I had a bit of fun changing things up. So you'll need to cut out your photo mats. It just helps with placement and where you're going to add your shapes in the background. So from the biggest nesting die that you have in the shapes that you've chosen, die cut those shapes out, and then I have die cut the next smallest out of white cardstock because that became my fillers for my photos, but you could then just die cut those from your photos directly instead of using the white cardstock. I've just stuck the white cardstock pieces just on in the middle so they don't move around on me and help me with the placement of my shapes. Now, if your photos are cut out and ready to go, you can adhere them onto your photo mats straight away. If you want to, or if you're happy to use the white cardstock as your filler, you can do that also. So just a small bit of tape on the middle of the cardstock just to help with placement. So once you've done that on all 3 of your photo mats, the next thing is to work out where you're going to put all your shapes that you die cut out. But before that, you need to work out where you want to put your photo mats. So this is a fun part of the project, is working out where you want to put things on your layout and where it will end up. So have a play around with the placement of your photo mats to start with, and then work out where you want your shapes. So as you follow through on my video, you'll see that I play around with lots of different placement ideas of my photo mats, and I start off thinking of adding the shapes in a cluster around my photo mats, but it just didn't seem right. Like, no matter what I was trying, maybe because the paper that I was using, like, may have needed some extra bits of coloured cardstock in between them. I'm not really sure, but in the end I decide on having the photo mats in a cluster in the middle, and then I use the shapes to surround the photo mats, covering the whole background and leaving gaps in between. I really liked it the way it ended up, but feel free to make it work for you. Keep playing around until you're happy with the placement. This is the fun part of trying to work things out and seeing where everything ends up. So enjoy putting everything together, and we will see you soon. That was really fun rewatching the way I ended up with the layout that I ended up with. I still love it, but it's funny, I can see where I was going with the clustering and the way I had put out the photo mats. So I think I might have another go with that, and I can see where I could improve on that. So we might do that on another layout. We definitely will add those clusters. But once you are happy, if you've clustered your shapes together or had them a little bit separated or a lot separated like I ended up with on my layout, start gluing all the pieces down. It takes a while to get all of this done. Once you have done that, I ended up putting the photo mats up on foam tape. So I think it just gave a little bit more dimension to the page, and then added a few embellishments on. So I hope you have enjoyed really just getting to know your shapes and using the supplies that you have and having fun creating this layout. So I look forward to seeing what you have created with your nesting dies that you have at home, and using up your shapes.